baby.
Uh-oh, the music's going on.
Hit it, baby.
I was born ready, baby.
That's what I say.
That's what these tits say. That's what these less than A cups say.
I weaseled my way into this one again.
Welcome to Two Tired Twats Comedy Podcast. Believe it or not, this is our 100th show, for God's sake.
Amazing.
They said it wouldn't last, and it did. 100 effing shows. And I'm here. My name's Patty Rosborough. I'm here with the beautiful, this is like a dead bug, and the beautiful Carrie Carabas. Mario is here. Mario Bosco is here. And we have a guest.
Our very special guest.
And because
Amazing.
for our 100th show, we have to have
The best.
shit. The shit on the show, right?
I am shit.
You are
There's
the
no
shit,
doubt about
baby.
it.
The Reverend Bob Levy.
That's right.
Woo!
R-E-V-B-O-B-L-E-V-Y. I fucked it up again. I don't have to spell
He
my
doesn't have
name.
to spell his name right now.
That don't matter.
Are you always the Reverend, or are you ever just Bob Levy?
I'm sometimes Bob. It
In
depends.
real life,
If
are
I
you-
don't wear my cape.
Wait, but does your wife call you Reverend when you're banging?
She calls me God when I'm banging her.
Holy
She calls me Big Dick Bob.
Reverend, give it to me.
Your
Give
wi-
it to me, Reverend.
Your wife is gorgeous, by the way.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
She
A little
really is.
younger.
Thank
a
you.
little
Like
younger
I
than
did
you.
something for her. Of course. What do you think? I'm going to get somebody older than me? I'm going to fucking bang her and throw a diaper
How
out the
much
window?
younger?
You
How
know,
much
isn't
younger?
that fucked up?
They
These
always go
men
with the
are
younger.
why do these girls go out with these old fucking raggedy
Because
men?
we know how to throw the
'Cause-
cock around. That's why.
Wow, this is starting
What's so
off
good about the way you throw it around? What
It's
do you
big.
know that Adam doesn't know?
What's so good about throwing around a half-hard cock?
A half-hard cock. My fucking cock is very fucking hard.
I guess, with the Viagra.
Yeah. No, I don't take any fucking pills.
You don't?
Nothing. My dick works, man. It's like
I like that.
It's like
Well,
it's like three white guys.
Most men your age.
Most men my age. Don't start with that. Look at you fucking filming the fucking weather in your backyard the other day. Talking about old. And look at the storm. Oh my God. We're going to die. My son made a cake. Holy fuck.
At least that didn't burn out, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's content. It's content.
Look,
I know. They can't
but
get
I'm
enough of
just saying,
it. What?
your cock works.
Yeah.
Most men,
At what
Whoa.
age are you talking, Carrie? Because
After
my
50.
husband's cock is fantastic.
how old is he?
60.
Okay,
Wow.
most men after 50
Never has a problem.
get that hard,
Never.
half-hard dick.
Wake him up in the middle of the night, ready to go.
Well, that's the best time.
Well, that's
and
when
in the
it's
morning.
ready because
Yeah.
it's
Why
got
is that?
morning hard on.
It's basically it's sleeping and it's
And then
It got
yeah,
its rest.
It's getting milked up again. You know.
is that, you know what, with you, I mean, okay, I shouldn't be, but
Yeah.
you're like the bad boy of, you were one of the killers of comedy. You like did all the bad boy shows. You like Opie and Anthony. You hung out with like Voss and Florentine and Artie, Lange. And you like the bad boy whole thing. So do you have a lot of like groupie, like girls?
We used
girls
to,
like
yeah.
that shit,
I mean,
right?
we were like the Motley Crew of comedy.
Yeah,
back
you were like
then,
rock stars, right?
Yeah, we did live that. Yes, we did, but we didn't have the money. But we had the pussy.
The drugs.
Yeah, we had the
Why?
drugs. We had the pussy. People would give you drugs. It was amazing.
Women
back
like funny men.
then. Yes, yes.
Really?
Remember the days? I've known him forever.
What kind of women though are comedy groupies? The
Whores.
normal whores,
Yeah.
or are they normal?
Dirty whores. Yeah. No, they're not. They're not normal. Nobody's going to do an operation the next day. After I fucking eat their
You ever
ass.
get a big
Yeah, see, he's
no.
talking about us not eating on the show, but he eats ass.
I
Yeah.
know, that's what I. First of all, people who know you know that was your big. I'm assuming that's your closer. You
It was
couldn't-
my clothes.
You
That
couldn't
was the
open
old-
with that.
No, yeah, I used to do it. That's how I got on the Stern Show. He heard about that, and then it went from there. So everybody expected it.
Explain
Now,
it so
yeah,
people-
I would. One time we were in South Carolina. It was after a show. We were bored. There was a hot black chick that looked like Whitney Houston. She needed like money to get home or something like that. So Jim goes, "How about?" Florentine goes, "How about Bob eat something out of your ass, and we'll come up with money."
Was this on stage? Or
No, it
just
was
for-
after the show. It was
Oh, okay.
after. We were just at the bar, and I think we came up with like $38, and then he had the packages of blue cheese that they have in South Carolina, like
Oh,
the mustard
I'm gonna
ones, like the
throw
little
up.
one. So he was opening them, and like people open them, just pouring it on our ass. And
And she's yes.
Oh
she-
yeah, no, we gave it all the singles, yeah. And then the next night, I got a standing ovation when everybody would things of blue cheese dressing in the hand. So it started
Oh,
from
the
there.
word got out.
Oh my God! I thought it was actual pieces of blue cheese.
Oh no, I'm not
chunks
a
of-
fucking animal. That's fucking disgusting.
I thought it was you were taking a thing of blue cheese
No.
and shoving it in their ass and then
No,
withdrawing it.
that would be an assault.
So it's blue cheese. But you know what I love about that that's so funny to me is it's two things that would be the most repulsive, smelly thing. It's just blue cheese is repulsive, and then an ass on top of it.
Exactly. That's why you never seen them mixed together on a cooking show.
No.
You never see that. It's the worst thing. That's why you can't do something easy. You got to go rough. And one time I had a mother and daughter come on stage.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. And it was the husband was in the audience.
No.
Yeah.
Wait,
No
what, now,
way.
you don't do this today.
No,
No, because you'd have a lawsuit.
Well,
No,
who
well,
cares?
if
No,
the
they
girl
agree
says
to
okay.
it. Yeah.
But wait a minute. She gets on stage and what, pulls her underwear off?
Yes.
Yeah, basically.
You
yeah.
can watch it on YouTube. There's one up there.
My God,
Yeah, I
can't
go
take
deep.
it.
I go ears deep.
I know
too.
you put your hands.
Oh no,
you're like really in there.
it's called the vice.
Ah!
They can't get out
Wait,
of it.
you,
You know.
and you tell your wife, look, it's part of the act.
show.
It's
Yeah,
part of the act.
it's
It's
part of
not
the
really.
show.
I'm
Wait,
not into it.
Were
but it's
you
part of the act.
married when you did that though? No.
Yeah, I was married. Yeah, many times when I did that.
Well,
She
wait,
didn't
how many?
pack you up and throw you out?
No, man, you don't throw out the
money.
The money maker.
Wait a minute. So your first wife with your son, you used to do that when you were married to her,
Yes,
and she was okay with it.
of course she was. I paid $5,000 to live in the basement. Of course she was fucking happy.
Wait a minute. You lived in the basement.
I
Fucking
lived in
women
the
get the best shit,
Well,
don't they?
I wanted to see my son grow up, so.
Yeah,
So you
no,
were
you're right.
divorced, but you lived downstairs.
You did the right
Well,
thing.
I was divorced after a while, but I lived in the basement because I got to see my son. I had a built-in pool. We had a good time, and
Right.
fucking, you know.
And were you are you friends with your first
Did you
wife?
occasionally fuck her?
No, I didn't. After once that was over, you know, I was too busy fucking everyone else.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Did
But
she?
she was a good-looking girl too.
Yeah, they all, you know, I don't fuck,
The
I
ugly.
don't marry ugly people. You know what I mean? They marry them, not me.
Wait a minute. After the first wife with
Yeah.
the son,
Yeah,
then you married
that's
again.
That's the second wife.
Oh, that was the second wife.
I'm married 4 times now.
Oh,
Jesus.
don't you think maybe like
And how much thousands are you going to be giving away for the rest?
No, they're so happy to get away from me that they just leave. It's fucking amazing. Now, only one that happened with, but the rest of them are like, I'll just go, and I'm
I don't
like,
want
okay.
anything.
Yeah.
how old were you when you did the first one?
I was 28 when I got married the first time.
Really?
So that's not that young.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's kind of young.
You have a kid with her?
No.
Oh, so that was easy to walk away
She
from.
drank them.
What she?
No.
She was a Hoover.
Oh.
No.
So what happened to her? Why that one didn't work?
Because I went on my honeymoon, and then I come home from Jamaica. Me and Florentine go to Canada, and I'm like, this is the one. I'm never gonna have another woman, and fucking, this is what I wanted. And
no.
then that night, I get blown by a stripper.
Yeah.
And-
so
but wait,
it
does
didn't
your
work.
wife find that out?
Florentine's
Probably
a bad
no.
influence.
No, I think I was. I don't know. I don't.
But maybe you're not the marrying kind.
No,
Could
I
that
am.
be?
I am. I kind of like the idea of it. You know, I'm like, okay, it's like having a dog. A dog lives like 8-10 years. You know what I mean? If I can make that, I can. That's good. You know, and it was good. It was a good time. Then you move on to another one. It's fresh
That's
again,
hilarious.
and that's it. 8 to 10 years at a time.
Yeah, you friendly with the first one, or that's done?
The first one, I see her once in a while, and she came to a show. She came to a show once, and she comes up to me and she goes, "Your birthday's coming in August," and I'm like, "Yeah." I go, "Why? Your birthday's in August too?" And she goes, "I'm your first wife, you asshole." I had no idea.
You didn't know it was
Wait,
her?
did she get fat?
No, she didn't. I knew her. I knew
Oh,
I banged her.
Oh
God.
my God,
I
that
knew-
is
Holy
so.
shit.
I
That
knew-
is so. Maybe you were drinking heavy. then.
No. I knew I banged her,
Were
but
you
I
on
couldn't.
coke?
No. You have any? But no. It's just that
Oh,
I
do
knew
you
I knew
have
her,
any?
but I couldn't put it in. You know, she was at a show.
Out
so
of
it was-
context.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
God.
she wasn't
Yeah,
on
yeah.
her knees, so I had no idea who she was.
No, wait. Okay, so did you meet her at a comedy club? Probably.
Yes, I did. I think I met most of them at a comedy
Yeah, that
club.
makes sense.
Most of them, yeah.
Because a regular person might not like the fact that you're saying and doing shit and
Well,
eating
that-
out assholes,
Well,
right?
then, look, then they're not for me. You
Exactly.
understand?
Right.
I'm a nice fucking guy. You know what I mean?
I
That's
agree.
true.
Yes, you are. You're a very nice
I never
guy.
choke them when they're sleeping.
I've always loved you.
You know, I'm fucking kind. I'm a fucking kind. I cook. You know what I mean?
Oh, you do?
I fucking do the dishes.
You
I vacuum.
do?
Yeah.
That's very nice. Now,
Yeah.
the second wife, that's with your kid. How
Yeah.
long did that last for, even though you lived in the basement?
The first one was 4. We were together for 6. This one was
4 years or
8,
4 months?
4 years, and then it was 8 years, and we were.
Oh, that's
I
pretty
lived
long.
there for like 4 after that. Then the other one was 8, and
Oh, my
now
God.
this one is maybe 6 months.
How many you have?
6.
4. You know.
And
Now,
then,
do you have any other kids besides the boy?
No.
Okay, good.
what about this young one, the sexy young one? Maybe she wants a kid.
No, she has 2 kids.
Oh, she already
Yeah,
did
she's
that.
done.
Oh, okay.
She's
So
done.
she's
Yeah,
done.
yeah, that's close.
Are you stepdaddy? Like they like you?
Yeah, I don't say stepdaddy. I wouldn't say that because I don't like that.
That's
you know,
a little
it sounds
creepy.
creepy. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
that
does.
does sound a
It's
little
creepy.
That's my daughter. That's my son. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
that's like why would you do that to a kid? You know what I mean? Say you're not as good as the other one, so we're gonna put step in front of it.
Oh, I see. So they're your kids.
It's like
I would
the
say
Brady
so.
Bunch. When
Yeah.
Mrs. Brady told Bobby, in this house, the only steps are here are the ones up to your bedroom. There's no, there's no step.
But then
Wow,
I
Mario,
yeah.
thank you.
You're welcome, Carrie.
You know, Mario is an expert on everything from the 70s and 80s.
I know
he knows
is.
every
song.
song, every TV show, every child actor. He's
Yeah.
an expert. Now wait a minute. Okay, so that's the third, and what was the third one though? We know your fourth one. Who's your third one? Do you remember?
What the third one was? Wait a minute. Okay. My
No
third
way.
Who's
It was
your
the one
third
right
one?
before this
The
one.
third one was she was from Cleveland, and then she came to Jersey. I never liked it really, but
And then went back to Cleveland.
yeah,
Yeah,
she goes,
'cause
I'm
you
going to go
can't-
back, and I go, it was time. You know, we were friends.
8
we were
years.
watching sports together. You know, it was
Yeah.
it was
No
it was
more
weeding
fucking.
down. You know what I mean? It was like
No romance.
Yeah, there was nothing.
No
you know,
sucking.
No, like if it was like
Very, like, we
it was
have to
very
do it.
rare, and then she'd go upstairs.
So when she said, "I want to go back to Cleveland," like you were like, "Okay, see ya. That's the end of our marriage."
Yeah,
or
we
you were
both
like,
felt that way. We were friends. It was better off. It was the thing to do. You
I
know.
see. But this girl, this sexy young girl, Gina, this is
She's
it, right?
loving
this
this
is
because she ain't that fucking young.
She
She's loving this right
she
now.
looks really young.
She
She
does.
does.
Yeah.
She
she's-
does. She
Very
looks
hot,
very
very
hot.
sexy.
No, she
Very
is. She
nice
is.
lady. I met her a couple of times with Bob at Governor's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. Had nice conversations with her.
And Mary, you've opened for Bob.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, Bob and Artie and
Yep.
Bob. It's been amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're still
And
friends?
you're next.
I know. I would love it. You're still friends with Artie and all those guys from
Yeah.
the Stern Show?
Well,
surely?
no,
No, fuck them. No.
No, I
She
mean,
said,
it's
"Fuck
like,
you."
No, it's
No,
basically.
fuck
Your
them.
wife said, "Fuck you."
Oh, fuck her
Oh,
too.
she did. No, she didn't.
Tell her to
She-
shut
Oh,
up.
fuck you. I agree with
I'll
you.
break her
Gina.
good hip. Shut your mouth.
No, you look hot. Believe me, you
She's
look
very
hot.
hot.
No, I
Oh,
just
there
left
she
a
is.
message for Artie's mom on the way here. You know, hopefully, you know, because
How is he? Is he?
I
where
don't
is
know.
he now?
He's in a rehab in one of those jail rehab. I forget what they're
Oh,
called.
it's a jail one?
Yeah, it's a jail rehab. I forget what it's called again, but like you know, they're tough. So you know, when he comes out, if he wants to do stuff, you know,
Did you ever know
He
him
might,
like sober?
This might help him.
sober, I don't think so. I mean,
Like if he's always been kind of doing things when you've known.
well, yeah. I mean, we drank when we first met. I didn't know any different then. You
Right.
know, I just thought he couldn't handle his liquor. I didn't know it was heroin. You know, truthfully, when
yeah.
you're drinking and doing coke,
Right.
and he's doing fucking drinking and doing heroin, you think, okay, I can drink more. You know,
Oh,
I mean, but it was weird. And I'm sober now. Like I'm
completely?
Yeah.
How
I mean,
long now? You,
I mean, I started having a few beers here and there. I'm in control of my life now.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not like you know. I went to rehab to get up Xanax because you really can't get off it
Oh, yeah.
unless you go to prison or rehab, and I don't want to get fucked in the ass, so I went to rehab. You know,
But you know, they give Xanax for. I think my kid gets
Anything,
Xanax
it's
for
not good.
anxiety.
Yeah, but it's bullshit.
She goes. I go. Be careful with that because that's addicting. She goes. Well, I just take it once in a while for
no,
anxiety.
it doesn't work like that. I can tell her, I can give her a pill with nothing in it if I told her it was going to work on anxiety. Anxiety is
placebo.
something I had to work on and figure out why I was getting anxiety and that shit. And Xanax is going to make it worse. I'm telling you, I've been through this. I'm an expert on this fucking shit.
So what do you do
come to
for-
me on
So what do
Xanax
you
and
do
you come
when
to
you-
me Coke and you come to me when you want to eat ass. I'll fucking straighten anyone out. You know?
Okay, but what if you want to get on an airplane and you got
Yeah.
you
Then what do you
can't?
do when
What
you have the
take?
anxiety? What do you
Valium?
do?
You fucking have your husband punch you in the fucking head.
All right.
You know? I mean,
There's
grow
nothing
up.
to
It's
take.
a fucking plane.
I
You're not
can't-
flying
I
it.
can't-
It's
I
not
know.
like you're the fucking pilot.
Well, I
Carrie.
would rather be the pilot.
The thing
Yeah.
is, when
That's
you,
the problem. I'm not in control.
when-
So don't worry about it. They never crash, really.
Oh, God.
really, when you're young, though, like now I have anxiety, but I like ignore my anxiety. So I have anxiety,
That's the
anxiety,
key.
anxiety, and I go, okay, there it is, the horrible thoughts, the OCD, the blah blah blah. I just ignore it, even though it's still there. But when you're younger, you're like, oh, this is forever. I'm
Yeah,
never
I
gonna.
know this
it's
crazy
horrible.
lady, this crazy old lady, that she had to sit on a seat that was higher than everybody else's.
Okay, that was me. But, all right, I still
You know
do
what the
have
funny part
problems.
is? The funny part is it's not higher.
It wasn't.
It feels higher.
But it's not. I think
It
it's
was
the
lower.
ground. I mean, the
Oh,
way
the
this is, it's a
ground.
little
Oh,
lower.
maybe yeah,
That
maybe
is
the
what- it is
ground's
the
lower.
ground.
It's
Yeah, that's
tilted.
what it
If
is.
you
Yeah.
moved
'Cause
over
I don't
a
like
little
to-
bit,
I
Yeah.
moved, wait,
You know
here's
what?
what happened.
We're gonna move
I
the
switched
floor.
the
Right.
chair. I switched the
Yeah.
chair, and the floor might be lower because I switched the chair, and she's
And-
still lower than
and
my
I'm
chair.
lower again, but it was high. That is what it is. It's because the wood is higher under your ass. All right, so no Xanax, nothing for anxiety. What
How
about
long did you stop drinking?
Lexapro?
I stopped for
Prozac?
10 years, and now I was like, what's wrong with me having a beer or two?
But
What's wrong
usually
with
that makes you roll back down.
No, it's not if you're in
the
control.
rabbit hole.
If
No,
you're
it's
in
not. I
control,
agree with you.
You have to be in control of your fucking life with everything. Look at me. You don't see me going out and getting married every. Oh yeah. you don't.
and
Look,
Gina was okay with you going in the refrigerator popping beers.
I
as
don't
you
go
read
in
it?
my refrigerator and pop beers because I don't need beer in my fucking house.
Yeah,
if
you
I'm
don't
out
want it in your
and
house.
I'm hanging
Yeah.
out with a few friends, I'll have a beer. I'll have two
That's
beers.
it, right.
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I don't need any more.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
how to control it.
Yeah, it's like anything. It's like
I don't like
eating
the shit
anything.
in my house. If you keep there's wine in my house, I say to my husband, if it's somebody brings it, I go get this shit out of the house
Why, you
because
have
I
a
don't want to
wine
wake. Yeah, I like wine, but I was never a drunk.
Yeah,
but I
you are.
just I
No.
constantly thought about it. Like from the
What
second
the
I got up, like
fuck?
when is it 4 o'clock? So I can, it's like I'm always thinking when can I drink it? But I could control myself. But my head was filled with.
Yeah, but
The
that's the
thoughts,
whole
those
thing.
thoughts.
It's the anxiety, it's the panic attacks. You have to block them out and say, once you get there, just get away from them. They're going to think bad things.
Yeah, the
That's
thoughts.
what they do. They're never going to think of anything great you did in your life. You're never going to think of anything like that. It's always going
Right.
to be
True.
bad. So think of something that's great and laugh and get out of it. That's what I tell people that have it. It's the fucking pills that are going to make it worse.
So were you
Right.
self-medicating? Like when you were doing
Uh.
all your drugs and alcohol, was it from anxiety or what was
Well,
it from?
basically, I stopped drinking, right? Because
Yeah.
it was that time I wanted to kill somebody after a show, and it was ugly. It was really
Who
ugly.
did you want to kill?
Somebody in the audience. I don't know. It was like.
And you had been drinking that night.
A lot, and he just pissed me off. And I stopped drinking. I went to my doctor, who was a fan, and I said, "Well, it's going to be weird to go on stage now that I'm not drinking."
Right.
He goes, "Well, just take these. This will calm you
See,
down."
doctors are
no.
fucking drug pushers.
And
That's
I
what
didn't
they
know.
are.
This is
They
10
are
years
drug
ago.
pushers.
This
Right.
is
They're
10 years
filthy
ago.
animals.
Right.
Yeah.
Your wife just thanked me for saving her ass.
Her what?
She just thanked me for thinking of her.
What the fuck is he saying? I love the
Yeah.
way he
Your
talks.
wife,
It's like
He
I don't know.
dang me.
Gina,
Dang me.
just thanked me for thinking of her.
Thinking of her.
He sounds like a
Thank you.
catfish that's drowning. You think you just-
But thinking that.
Also, Al Roma said
Oh, I love him.
my marriage just ended, and
Al?
I'm getting advice from Bob.
Oh, I
This
can
is-
help him. Al. We were selling his headshots the other day, and they were online.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They
Yeah,
were online.
And I was in Florida, and his head. I go, I just seen your headshot.
that's
It's
so
already
funny.
signed. I'm going to take it off the wall and get more money now.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
He's a great guy. I haven't seen him in years. See, that's what I miss. I miss seeing all the people that I used to see all the time, the good people, you know?
Because well, for one, you got in a car accident.
Yeah.
And then you were off the whatever. You couldn't do shows anymore because of the pain.
Well, I just didn't want to look like a cripple up there and get, people seeing me not as me.
I know,
I
they-
couldn't do that. You know?
Right.
I wouldn't want that.
How much
getting-
pain were you in?
I couldn't sleep. I couldn't
Yeah, that's
stand.
how
I
it
couldn't
is.
sit. So
Now, what'd you do? Why now can you do it? What's different?
It's a year and a half, 2 years almost. So I mean, look. The whole thing is, I was in rehab 4 to 5 times a week, so I was working on everything. I had epidurals and that shit.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
you did all the
back,
shots.
lower back, right?
Lower back and the neck too,
Yeah, yeah.
and
And
the
that helps
sciatica.
the
Patty knows. Patty knows she got a plate in her neck.
I was
Do you
telling.
really?
Yep, I was. Yeah, it goes all the way up. I had a 6-hour
Now she
operation.
can't give head anymore.
What is
I
it? A
can't give
dinner
head anymore.
plate?
It's a dinner plate.
Because I can't do this. This
You-
is because you can't move
That's
your head.
why
You gotta,
I'm-
this is how you would have to do it. It
Patty,
just doesn't
I
work.
said this the other night. I go,
You
I was
couldn't
going to
eat a
get the
pussy.
operation, but
That'll
the whole
work.
thing is, you can't. If I got the operation, right?
Yeah.
You can't really move your neck now.
that's true.
And say somebody comes up with a gun and puts their dick in my face and says, "Suck it," and I'm like this. I can't go like away. Now he's going to think I want it because I'm right there. I'm like, well, move it a little.
And then you won't be able to suck it. He'll kill you.
Exactly.
That's right. So
I'm
you're
going to
right.
die a fucking faggot that I am. Yeah, but it's like, it's like I have movement. I said this is something I can work on, so I decided not to get it.
If
Yeah.
as long as I got it because like I said to my husband, I said if I don't get this surgery, I'm going to kill myself.
You
I was in
just
so
didn't
much
want to
pain.
suck his dick anymore. You
It's
fucking
true.
liar.
Get out of jail free card, baby. That's
Yeah.
what this is.
That is such a good excuse. Fuck having a headache. This is the best fucking. I have a plate in my fucking neck.
It's true.
Well,
Nobody expects anything from you. with
Put
a
some
plate in your
pizza
neck.
rolls on it then. You feed me at least with that plate. Ah, that's horrible. You see, at least Carrie,
Can't be
look
a
at it.
chicken head, it says.
It can't
Carrie
be
could
yeah.
blow, but she doesn't
I
want
could
to.
blow, but why would I?
Yeah, exactly. You know.
She's already married with the pension. She doesn't need to.
I get enough calories during the day. I don't need extra. I'm trying
Carrie.
I'm trying to,
Oh my God.
tone it down.
So who'd you start with? Who were you? So you started at Rascals.
Yeah,
right?
Rascals in West Orange. Yes.
And Danny McKinnon.
Yes,
he-
yes.
He's
Danny
on
was-
watching, Dan.
Yeah,
Oh, he is?
Danny
Hey,
was.
Danny?
Danny knew what he was doing. He really.
We always say that.
Oh my God! It was such a different game then because people knew what they were doing. It was like I started going there. First set was great. The second time,
Your first
I fucking-
time up, it
yeah,
was great.
The second time, I ate the biggest dick. It was
That's
unbelievable.
what happens.
And it was like because you have the confidence. Now I tell people, always go up thinking you're going to die.
Yeah.
Because you can't go there confident. But Danny would be like, he knew exactly what there was so many people there. There might have been 45 comedians, right?
Right.
But he would go here and he'd give me a number. Like I had like number 8. So at least I got, you know what I mean?
Got a
the people
better
that
spot.
were good. No,
Right.
the people that were good got on for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
And it wasn't like people knew, well, now they do, so who gives a fuck? I mean, Rascals ain't dead.
But he
But
was
yeah,
getting you on.
we had the good, so people came in and got a good show, and you had people like Jackie the Joke Man hosting, John Mulrooney hosting, Bob Nelson hosting.
Yeah, those were all
fucking
heavy hitters.
Joe DeLion. I mean, you
Oh
go
my
by
God,
the
Joe
list.
DeLion
I
is
mean,
Joe
crazy.
DeLion.
yeah, like you go through the list of the people that were hosting that. So you had a great host that was up the whole time.
Yeah.
And then you threw in good acts that were coming up.
And
That's
back
the only
then
way
they
to do
did
it.
a lot of ad lib with the audience.
Oh,
So
yeah.
now you don't see audience work at all. But back in those days, you had banter with the crowd like
Yeah.
constant.
Yeah, and now it's like, you work the crowd a little bit at the beginning. They're like,
The club owner goes, "Don't do that."
You're going to do it. You have an act. Somebody in the audience will say, I'm like, shut the fuck up. This is better than fucking anything you're going to hear. So fuck yourself. These they have no idea I still do what I want to do. I
Yeah.
have not felt anything pushback from the audience or club owners.
Right.
I may not get work or like Linda Rowe or something like that. She's just that way. She'll never book anyone like me, even though I'll go and blow out a room. It's fine. You want to be a cunt? Be a cunt, okay? That's okay. But this is how these people are. You are a comedy booker. You are not a comedian. You don't know what it's like to be on stage. You don't know what it's like to kill up there and how you got to kill up there every
Yeah.
night. And to not book people because it's not your cup of tea.
Did
Go
you
fuck
ever
yourself.
say to her?
Right, here
No.
I agree with you 100%. Some of these bookers become like gods.
You can't even
Think that
argue
they-
with them over points of anything.
Yeah.
They're never wrong.
It's weird. It's like I agree with you 100%. I don't think bookers. I think bookers should book not what they like, what people like.
Yeah, as long as you're doing your own stuff and you're funny and you're doing the job and you're not offending people or
Yeah.
you're not bombing. Nobody ever said that clean guy was offensive. No, he was just not funny.
That's
you
right.
understand? It's-
You have to offend people, I think,
Yeah.
on a certain level for it to be funny. It has to be semi-offensive.
It has to be shit that they think about and maybe don't say or
That's right.
whatever. You have to take it, you come up with a topic and you're like, all right, now how do I make it, a little bit of a story now?
Yeah,
it comes
yeah.
to a story.
Well, now we're too sensitive as a country.
I'm not sensitive. I don't give a fuck. Like I said.
I don't give a fuck either. I'll call you fat if you're fat.
Yeah, I was
Fuck
saying this
you.
the other night.
You're fucking fat.
Exactly. If I ran a
She
cactus
called
right
somebody
now.
fat the other night.
in the audience?
Yeah. And they all looked at me. I'm like, am I lying?
You're not lying. But if I ran a
I'm
cactus
fat.
now,
I know what fat is.
they can drop fucking peanut butter on us because every fucking kid's allergic to peanut butter. You can rob somebody's house with a jar of peanut butter now because we
could
turn
take the
into
whole
bu-
family
I
out.
was thrown in gonorrhea when I was born. You know what I mean? And syphilis, and I swam out of it.
I came out of it.
You know?
All right.
And I fucking look at me. I'm fine. I got hit by a drunk driver. I'm fucking back,
Wow.
motherfucker. You don't see
Wow.
me dying and fucking. How do you go to heaven? God would be like, look, I know I'm God. I'm a good guy, but you got peanut butter killed you, you little fuck. You know what I mean? Go stand next to the guy that got stung by a bee. You know? I mean, like this is what I talk about now
Go
because it's
stand next
fucking
to the
real.
gluten kid.
Yeah, it's fucking. Yeah, when did gluten come into our lives? You know what the fuck is that?
Isn't
You
that
know what? I really
terrible?
can't eat gluten. I get
Neither can I.
Oh my God!
What
you
is
should see
it?
this picture of me. I showed.
It's
did I show
flour.
you? I ate gluten.
It's a protein that they get from wheat that they over put in your wheat to make your wheat.
Stick up.
No, a lot more.
Yeah.
So
They cut it with that.
They're cutting it with it, but it's so much of it that your body can't get rid of it.
And you
then it
can't
makes your
digest it.
body-
Certain people can't digest
Right,
it.
yeah, and it makes your body turn against itself.
Oh my God, you should have seen it. I sent a picture to my sister. I go, oh my God, look at this. I ate gluten by mistake. And I had this giant, looked like I had a tumor in my stomach. She showed it to her husband, works at a hospital. He goes, she should get that checked out. And then I had eaten the gluten by mistake. It was in something, and I had been eating it 4 days in a row. And then once I stopped I still have a fat
You
stomach.
had the abortion.
But
I
it
love
doesn't
it.
look like a
I love
big
the excuses women
fucking
use.
tumor off to the side.
I'm not
The
800
abortion.
pounds. I'm glutened. Look at me. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
I'm telling you, it was gluten.
I'm gonna be rubbing that on my dick when I get home if it makes you that big. Fucking gluten makes you that big. I'm rolling in it naked. Fucking liars.
Patty,
It's unbelievable.
this is all gluten, Bob.
This is all fucking gluten. Fuck.
I will show you the picture after, and you'll see
That she's
You'll
not
see
lying.
That I am not lying. Oh my God. So what else? You're from Staten Island.
Yeah, Brooklyn and Staten
Oh,
Island.
Brooklyn
Yeah,
first?
yeah.
I'm from Brooklyn. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not from Brooklyn, but I lived in Brooklyn for a long time.
I loved it.
I
It
love
was
Where
great.
in
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn?
Bensonhurst.
Oh, where
Mario's
Jackie
from-
Gleason's from.
Yeah.
I love
No, Jackie Gleason was.
No, he
from-
moved next to me.
He did.
No.
it.
Yeah, where was Jackie
Go with the
Gleason?
story,
He
goddammit.
was
Yeah.
from, Pickett Avenue.
Where's that?
It's at by Flushing. It's towards the end
That's
of Brooklyn.
Queens.
That's Queens.
Yeah, before you get into Queens.
Oh, on the barrio.
Yes.
That
He
just
used
fell off
to.
you.
Where's Chauncey Street? 328 Chauncey Street was his original address. Don't fucking tell me
Don't
now.
I
make up
know,
shit,
but
man.
it's
you
not
know
in
his-
Bensonhurst.
Why would you know his address?
Stalker.
Because
Really? That's fucking weird.
no, because he grew up on 328 Chauncey Street, and when he used to say on his show where he lived, he would always say, "I'm at 328 Chauncey Street."
And
So-
Alice.
right?
Carrie won't get off the bus. She just stays on the bus, this creepy fuck.
No, but it's true. He used to use his real address in the show to make
Wow.
it.
He would? I would never let people know where I live.
But he didn't live there anymore.
Oh, all right. Then
He
that makes
grew
sense.
up.
So wait a minute.
All right.
So you lived in Staten Island.
Yes.
Your mother and father still alive?
My father is. No,
And-
my mother is.
Holy shit.
Make up your
Holy
mind.
shit. Your
Sorry.
mother's alive.
God, I gotta get her out of the coffin. I'll be right back.
Wait a minute. Who's alive?
My
The
my
mother,
mother.
your
My
mother.
mother. Yeah.
Did you just say she wasn't alive?
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind
But
of.
I asked Patty the other day. I go, who died, whatever, and she mentioned everybody but her mother. I was like, Patty,
Yeah.
your mother just died.
Yeah, I go, I've never had anyone that close die in my family. And Carrie goes, what are you talking about? Your mother just died. It was like a month earlier. I go, oh my God, that's right. My mother did die.
I guess you weren't that close.
I fucking forgot. We just did the ashes last weekend with my sisters. But
What'd
anyway,
you do with them?
we put him over my father in his grave, and then the guy who ran the
he-
cemetery said he's not facing that way. He's in the other side of
Oh
the
my
stone.
God.
So we
They
had to
put it in
dig up
his ass.
we had to dig up the ashes, and then we dug another hole. But then we thought, what if he's wrong? We left half the ashes on one side, so Mom's.
Wait, you poured them on it?
Yeah, just big with red Solo cups,
But-
with beer cups.
But
We
don't-
got-
Okay, that's
Wow.
creepy.
we got at the.
But don't you
at
think
the
your
gas
dad is like
station.
saying, "Why would you do this to me?"
You
I
want-
finally got away from her.
Can I just tell you something? My parents never got along. That's what my one
Oh,
sister
Jesus
goes.
Christ.
It's good she's on the other side too, because this way she doesn't have to stay around him all the time. Because my mother liked another guy at the old folks' home, George. I think she was
Well,
in love with
where's
George.
he buried?
George is still alive, but George left
'cause
my
I was-
mother for he liked
See,
another Betty.
George
It's
should
Everybody's
get some of
named
those.
Betty.
George, Betty.
George should get some of those ashes in his orange juice. Brian Plato says you got gluten penis, a.k.a. doughy dick.
Doughy dick. A guy saying I got doughy dick? That's weird.
No, Brian's straight actually.
Well, not anymore.
So wait a minute. So you what's your father? They into your comedy when you did comedy?
No,
They
not
come-
at all. I mean, like
But
at
they
the
want.
beginning.
Yeah.
Look, it was better than what I was doing.
What were you
Oh,
doing?
you were.
I wasn't doing good
Oh yeah, I know
stuff.
what you were doing.
No, I
What were you
was
Selling
bad.
drugs?
Yeah, everything. I was bad.
You
Got
were
into
baking
comedy.
or pushing?
Yeah.
So you were never a reverend.
No, not really.
But I thought you were a wrestler. Or
That was
something.
when I was 34. I did that for a
So
while.
you did
What?
comedy first and then became a wrestler?
Yeah, but I did both.
But you did
yeah.
comedy wrestling.
Yeah, well, I didn't wrestle comedy. No, wait. What the fuck are we talking about?
Who would you wrestle?
Other men. It was hot.
Wait a minute. You'd wrestle men, other men.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, it's a sport.
Yeah, we
Wrestling's a sport.
oiled up and got into a
No,
ring
you
like two men
didn't.
do, right?
Up with blue cheese.
And the winner was the guy that got a boner first.
So wait a
And,
minute. And
we
your
were in
name
a diff-
was, what was the name? I
The
forgot.
Heartbreaker Bobby Slayer, of
Oh,
course.
yeah. The Heartbreaker Bobby Slayer.
Mhm.
That's
Wow.
fucking incredible. And what kind of money would you make doing that?
Less than I did when I was starting comedy.
So who
Would you
would
make-
watch you?
About 13 people in a garage, and
No.
it was like and we trained. And
Did you get hurt?
Yeah,
That's
always
like
hurt. It's-
that's
yeah,
like
it's painful.
cockfighting.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
why your back hurts now.
No,
No
that's not
pun
why my
intended.
back hurts.
The
That's why my
cockfighting
ass
of-
hurts. I always wanted to win. You know what I mean? So I had to.
Did you have to jump off
Yeah,
things?
everything. Yeah, jump
did
off
all that?
things. Yeah.
So it was like fake?
It was totally fake.
Well, all
Fake
wrestling's
wrestling?
fake.
yeah.
No,
whoever's-
there's real. My kids wrestle in high school.
Well,
yeah, that's
that's-
fake too. But no.
Her daughter wrestles boys.
Really?
It's fucking crazy.
Our daughter will kill a boy.
Her daughter's strong. Her daughter's like Carrie. Look at Carrie. Carrie could probably beat you up if she had to.
I'd wrestle
if
you.
I had gluten, maybe not.
I'd wrestle you, Bob.
I'd wrestle you. I fucking tick.
I know
don't
you
last.
forever. He was. Listen, let me tell you something. He was very good looking. He still is.
I
He's
but-
still
am.
good looking.
He
He's still-
was.
No,
He's
but
still good looking.
you were very good looking
He's got
back
the
then. You
hair
had
still?
the black brown hair.
Yeah, now it's white.
And now it's white, but but see, it still
I got
looks
hit
good
by
on
lightning, you fuck.
you. It still looks good on you.
Yeah, I mean, I can pull it off at any age. That's what I'm trying to say.
So wait a minute. So you did the wrestling. You did, but now your mother thought you were a good comic, or didn't they never
they
come
never
to your shows?
said it. They didn't come to the shows.
They
Not
did?
many. But
Okay.
like I knew when I was making it, when I found out it was going good, when my father finally introduced me to a friend and said, "This is my son. He's a comedian."
Oh, really?
He never
Wow.
said that to a certain point. Like I was headlining after 2 years, so like it was amazing to me not knowing anything about the business, and now I'm closing over.
That is
people
kind of
with-
amazing,
With
2 years.
25 minutes, and they're doing. I remember working with Randy Heighton, I think it was, and
Randy
Eric.
Heighton.
Randy Heighten with the glove.
Yeah, I don't know.
Forgot about
He
Randy
used to wear a
Heighton.
glove and do Michael Jackson impressions.
Wow, no wonder why I was headlining.
He
And
was a good-looking guy.
Eric,
He was
some
really
with,
good-looking.
with red hair, like I forget, and I was like, who books you here? And they
you
go,
think it-
Tony Camacho, and I go, he booked me here, and they go, he books the room. I knew nothing about comedy. I
Oh,
knew
wow.
nothing about
And then
it.
they put you as the headliner after 2 years?
Yeah.
That is pretty amazing.
Yeah, because you couldn't follow him.
Yeah.
Well, you weren't doing the ass eating at that point, though.
No.
You were just.
No, he's new.
No,
That came later.
I was doing that off stage. I was practicing for the big build-up.
Did they have bringer shows back then too?
No, you had to be funny. You had
That's
to be
what-
funny to get on stage. That's what it was.
Explain
Nobody
the
brought
difference.
anybody.
Explain the difference.
Oh, you had to
comedy
go.
today and
You
then.
went there. And
Signed
you fucking
on log.
you fucking hoped to get on.
That's right.
And if you were good enough, you'd get on.
That's right.
You know, but the whole thing is that like. I even put a thing on Facebook. I need all these people, all these new comedians to come to my house. We're going to build a deck. I'm going to give you a few dollars, and then afterwards you get a picture or a video of you building my deck. You know what I mean? That's how they sell people now.
I know,
It's like you
it's-
get a video and you have to bring 20 people.
It's so sad.
like
Well,
fucking-
because there's no audiences now, but back in the day
Yeah,
when
but-
we started, every room,
Packed.
every bar, everything was packed.
Packed.
20.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
you're
I remember
missing the
going out
point.
Tuesday, Wednesday,
Yeah,
Thursday,
exactly.
Friday, Saturday,
John
Sunday.
Shula, one-nighters and that
Yeah,
shit.
constantly.
Dennis
Always.
Ross and Phil Salmon. But the whole thing is that, okay, now when you have a regular audience and you have bringers, right?
Right.
Now when the bringers leave and the regular audience is tired of watching shitty comedy, what do you
Right.
have? You have nothing. And that's what we're dealing with now.
Well, that's what ruined the show.
That's what's
Yeah, it
ruining
ruined
it.
it.
Yeah.
Because you know
Ruined
why?
it.
Because the bringers
Yeah.
brought their friends, paid people came in and then
They were like,
said,
this ain't comedy.
This is fucking comedy. I'm never coming back to
That's
this
why
shit
I
again.
said we guarantee the show.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
we work together. We can say, if
Right.
you don't like the show, we'll give you your money back. Because if you don't like the show, you can have your money back.
Right,
No
right.
one's saying that in our shows.
Nobody's going to say that.
No one's fucking saying that in
Nobody's
our
gonna
show.
say
That's
that.
for sure.
You know
Not
what I
with
mean?
you two.
We know how to do it.
Your
You know what I
character
mean?
habits. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, we'll bring Mario, we'll call it 3.5 Men.
Hey, that's a good one.
That is a great title.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna say 2.5 twats.
I love him.
I
I
know.
love
you
him,
can't,
too.
He is the nicest fucking guy.
Who?
And you.
He's talking about
you.
you.
We love
When
you,
you're not
Mario.
threatening to kill people.
Mario's a sweetie.
I
yeah.
love
He
Mario.
is.
When I met him the night at
Yeah,
Artie,
Yeah.
I was staring at him because I was stunned.
Yeah.
And he goes to me,
I
I'm
was
a
sitting next to
guy.
him. I was sitting
Yeah.
next
He goes,
to him.
I'm a guy.
Yeah.
And I went,
you,
oh.
you look at something his size and you're like, I'm going to stick that in my pussy. You don't
Yeah,
look at him as a
exactly.
human. You know?
Well,
Look at
I'll
him.
tell you. What,
Mario's
gotta
like,
tell you.
what? Mario's, look at Mario's face.
he's scared.
What?
He's scared. Don't talk like that.
All right.
No, he's scared.
If you shook,
And then
forget it.
after that, I put him in a video.
Like a vibrator.
I put him in a video, Elf on a Shelf. And
Elf on the shelf, and I'm the bad guy.
I told you
It's
she
the
put me
best
in her
video.
refrigerator.
I put him in my
You
refrigerator.
fit in the refrigerator? Oh,
I
yeah, you
took
did.
everything out and I shoved him in. He fit right in. And then my husband opens, in the video, he opens the thing to get a beer and he hands him the beer.
I got to see this.
Yeah,
You
it's-
have
It's
it?
hilarious.
We're going to put this up later. for
Gary has
Yeah.
really funny videos. You know the video that's funny that you did that I watched, Bob,
What?
is the one with the guy who's going to save God and the Lord, and then the porn star,
Oh,
and you're
yeah.
interviewing him and you're interviewing
I was
her,
on his side, yeah.
and you were acting like you were on his side,
Yeah.
and it was so funny because he's just saying all these horrible things about this girl.
About humans, yeah.
Yeah, he's going,
and,
you're disgusting, and you're a this, and she's, I love what I do. I love to suck a cock. And it was just going back and forth, and you're interviewing the two people. It was fucking hilarious.
If you agree with somebody, you would be surprised of the shit that they say. You know what I mean? That is
it
so
was
fucked up.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Because you
Right.
just and you
That's
were
right.
agreeing, you were nodding
Right.
your head, and the more you nodded, and you
And the
give
more
him the
you
mic,
give him
This
power.
is what they
He w-
do when they even go to store like Target and you're in line and they're complaining. They try to get you in their world. You
Right.
can't get in their world. You have to go and
Right.
say, "Oh, this line is long. Let me go on a longer one over there," and walk away. And they don't know what to do because you're not being part of their miserable fucking life
Yeah.
that they
They're
try to
existing.
drag people
You
in.
got to. There's too much negativity.
Yeah.
The negative thought pattern, right? So people are like, ugh, I'm not going to do this. Oh, I'm not. So it's a constant every day. So you're attracting that.
Yeah.
If you eliminate all the negative ass
Exactly.
bags out of your
Exactly.
fucking life, and I did that.
Yeah,
I have eliminated
exactly.
a lot of the ass bags.
But you're still married.
Well, I have to be.
You have to be.
He's
If she's
he's got a
not married, she's
pension.
gotta-
Oh.
He's got a good job.
she's in a cardboard box if she's not married. That's what I
That's
always.
right.
Yeah.
I told her day one when I met her, I said to her, if that man leaves your house,
No, you said get me out of the fridge.
Mario.
That's what
I
you
would
said.
never let anyone put me in a fridge because what if they didn't get me out? You'd suffocate to death. You trusted her to get you out.
Yeah,
oh,
he
I
trusted.
had one hand on the butter shelf.
The butter shelf.
The butter shelf.
I had one hand on the butter shelf because you wouldn't see this hand on camera.
Does that light really stay off or on?
The door went like this. I have very bad OCD and phobias. And,
Yeah.
You know, and that scares the. But I had the door like this, like, you know, and it looked closed and he opens it, but it wasn't closed. Like, I wouldn't sit in there with the door locked. Oh, no.
How could you not be in love with him?
I know. There's something very.
I'm fucking in love with him.
He's got a vulnerability to him that's very sweet.
Yes.
But also, he's got a joie de vivre.
Daviv?
A joie de vivre. Because you know what it's like? This is the way Mario is. This is what people always like about people. When you are who you are.
Exactly.
When people are like trying to be somebody else,
Yeah.
Mario's like, yeah, I'm 4 feet tall. I weigh 62 pounds. And
Heart
and,
of gold. He'll give you.
and I
he'll
have
gi-
no testosterone, and I fucking love me.
But if you say to Mario, listen, I need $200-300, he's
In a heartbeat.
right in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
He
In a
gives it to you.
heartbeat. I'd
He's
go-
unbelievable.
Mario, I need $200 or $300. I got puggles at home way more than him.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
love those little
Your
things.
little pug, that's a pug and a and a
Beagle.
poodle.
A
Oh,
beagle.
a beagle.
He's giving you his $200-300.
Oh my God, he's got it on him.
Of
Look
course
at
he
Wow.
does.
Sure, what do you think?
Italians always have the money on
They got
them.
the
I
money.
don't
They go to the
understand
club.
I
They go to the club.
I thought it was a comedy poster it looked like on the side of him.
Donovan says Mario was gold on the Artie Lange's podcast.
He was.
Thank
you know?
you.
There's
Hopefully-
something
Thank
about
you.
him.
Hopefully we can do something again. You know,
I hope
hopefully
so.
Artie
That
comes
would
out, he's
be-
ready.
Well,
You know?
I don't know when Artie's ready. You know, Artie asked me when he was 49 to write his obituary. You know, his thing when you die. What's that?
Oh my God! Yeah,
The
an obituary.
obituary.
Why would he ask you
No,
that?
what's the thing?
No,
you read?
the
The-
no, the
Your will?
Not
no,
the will.
The will. What does he got
know,
to give me in his will?
When you stand up and you talk about him, the
the thing.
The eulogy.
Eulogy. So he asked me to write his eulogy many of times. He said because he wasn't going to see 50.
So he wanted to like proofread it, make sure you did it right.
No, he wanted me to say it at his funeral.
That you would read it.
Yeah, that I would write it about him and read it.
Oh my God,
And
that's so morbid.
he, it was funny because it was December 15th and I was ready to go on stage. It was snowing that night, and I got a call from Dan Filato, and he goes, "Hey, buddy, have you checked the newspaper? The news?" I go, "No." I go, "What happened to Artie?" I go, "What happened to Artie?" He says, "Check the paper." I go, "Artie's not coming to my show tonight, right?" He goes, "Unfortunately not, buddy." And Artie got arrested that night with 81 decks of
Well,
heroin.
at least it's better than being dead.
Yeah.
He would have died. In my eyes, that man would have died,
Yeah, no, there's no doubt.
He's
I
such
mean,
a nice
it's gonna-
guy,
Yeah,
Artie.
but
He's
it's like
such a nice
drugs
guy.
are
Listen,
fucking
Artie,
amazing.
Artie,
They
if you
are,
said
yeah.
to Artie, I'm going through so many rough times. How much you need, pal? You want 1,000? You want 200? He used to leave the apartment to go bring Russ Maneva money and bring people money, and
Why does Russ Maneve need money?
I don't know, but he used to say, "I gotta go to Russ Maneva."
Russ is at home right now going, what the fuck is he saying that for?
Sorry, Russ, I
Maneve,
ratted
he's
you
very
out.
good looking. Why does he need money?
I don't know, but he
Yeah,
used
he
to
can lie to a
leave.
woman.
Yeah, exactly. He could be a gigolo for fuck's sake.
Oh, he sure can.
Oh, I don't
Yes,
know
he
who-
can.
I
I mean,
Oh,
move
yeah.
on.
I want to get him on
But
the
you know,
podcast.
I don't understand why, like, certain guys, like, but then again, he did heroin. You just did coke. Coke isn't as bad to get
Heroin
off
is
of as
crazy.
Well,
heroin.
if you look at it, everything's bad. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Especially now, you'll die from it. They put the
But
the
people
fentanyl
can
in,
kick
you'll
it.
die.
People
yeah,
can
he
kick.
can kick it. It's harder for me to get off Xanax than it was for him to get off heroin.
Oh, Xanax is worse than heroin.
yes,
you think?
yes,
Yeah,
it
I
is.
didn't
It's
know
a known
that.
fact.
Bob,
It's
the
a known
thing is
fact.
that you wanted to get
Exactly.
off Xanax.
You have to want to do
He
it.
doesn't want to get
You
off
can't do
heroin.
it for no one else. You
He-
can't do it for your mother. You can't do
Right.
it for your sister. You can't do it for your wife. You can't do it for your kids. You have to do it for you, or you're never going to get
You have
off
to do
it.
it for you.
But
Patty-
what's the difference? Like, why doesn't he want? Like, I just read his biography actually weirdly because I just found it at like a yard sale or something, and I'm reading this thing and I'm thinking, why?
Like
wouldn't
you
he-
wouldn't pay for it in a real
Artie,
Like,
yeah,
why
Artie,
would-
don't listen
yeah.
to that if you come out of rehab.
Artie, Artie.
I got it at a yard sale.
What do you want
But
me
why
to
You
do?
couldn't buy it at the store?
Why? He's got his mother loves him, his sister, like people
Okay.
love
It's
him.
Okay,
not about
here's the
love.
thing.
He
What-
has an addiction. I'm an addictive gambler, okay?
Are you?
Yeah.
If Carrie, you know how many times? 2 weeks ago, and I'll say an honest truth, and I'll admit to it. I made
Hold
Carrie.
that up.
I asked Carrie to hold money for me and this and that. I had to go to the Jake's 58. I had to run to Jake's 58. I had to run to.
That's the casino.
I told her I went to her house. I picked up $100 bill that was mine and my mother's debit card. My sister better not hear this. I picked up my debit card.
Oh, your mother.
Okay.
Oh, Mario.
She said to me, "Where are you going?" I go to Uber.
He can't fuck with me.
I go, "Where is?" He goes,
I
"Where
know,
you
I'm a
going?"
gambler. He
Yeah.
he
The
can't
Uber,
fuck with me.
Uber is taking me straight home. Not 15 minutes later, okay?
How bad did I bust out your phone?
But not even 15 minutes later, the phone starts ringing and it's Carrie.
And
it's
he's not
Carrie.
picking up. I go,
And
this
I-
little
and
motherfucker.
I'm not
I'm
picking
gonna
up.
go to Jake's. I'm gonna
And-
pull him by his fucking head.
Because she knows you have a gambling problem.
Absolutely. She knows that that's where I was
Well,
heading
stay
back.
away.
The same guys night after night after night, and they'll buy me a drink. I go, I don't
They're
drink.
called
I don't
Johns.
drink. I don't drink. No, but I'm saying they would come to the bar. I used to work at the Gaslight. It was a Coke. It used to be a Coke bar. And so they'd come every night, stay all night, drink like lushes, right?
Mhm.
Women and men.
Yeah.
And they'd want to buy me a drink. And I'm like, no, I don't drink. Oh, you have a problem? I'm like, no, I don't. I stopped
Yeah.
drinking. You have, oh, you're an alcoholic? They go to me. I'm like, no, you're an alcoholic.
yeah.
I've stopped
Exactly.
drinking.
Yeah, I don't want to drink. Just tip me. Just
You're a
tip
fucking
me.
alcoholic because you still drink. And my cousins, my friends, they're all like, oh, you had a drinking problem. I'm like, you fucking motherfuckers drink every fucking night. You're all alcoholics and they don't want to admit it
Well,
to
that's it.
themselves.
You have a drinking problem when you can't stop drinking.
Right.
You know, when you
I
can't stop
stopped.
doing it
Yeah.
and
no, it
hurting
is.
people.
It's not about the problem. Like the other night, we were somewhere. We were in AC, and I was on. I didn't even touch one slot. I think one slot machine, $20. It didn't bother me. I went right to the tables. I knew how to control myself. When I won, I got off the table. Carrie goes, "Where you going?" And I bought a bracelet at Savorsky. Because I.
Well, and then what I do with the money? I took the money.
She took the money away from me because she was, we're leaving and you're not going
See,
back.
I will smack the shit out of him. I feel like he's like my child.
Well, you put him in the freezer. I believe you would smack the shit out of him.
I will
too.
smack. He's 12 years old in my eyes, and I will smack the shit out of him. Tomorrow we're doing a show together, and he has to play a puppet on my lap for and James Dolce from
Carrie.
Governors.
He is like a child to you.
Listen to me, Jimmy Dolce. I love him to
I
death.
love Jimmy.
Wait,
Yeah, me
I love
too.
him to death, but sometimes he thinks I'm like I'm a miracle worker. He goes, tomorrow, what I want you to do at
He
the
does that with his hands.
at the camp show, I want you to
Camp
take
show?
Mario. Yeah, it's little kids.
Oh,
I want you to take Mario. Rich Walker's going to host the show. Then you and Mario are going to do a half hour. He's going to sit on your lap, and then I'm going to have you guys just do a puppet act. Like Mario's the puppet.
So who's doing
So
half
did you
hour?
write jokes for it?
You're doing a half hour?
No, we're both supposed to do in a half hour. I'm going to ask you questions. You're going to answer them. I'm not like an
How old
Otto
are
and
these
George
kids?
type of thing. You
How
got to
old
be
are
a little,
these
I don't
kids?
know, 10, 11, 12. So you're going to have to be clean. You're going to have to say, I don't like my, I
You
don't
wanna
like,
use my
I don't like
ass-eating
your,
bit?
I don't like your hand up my butt. You could say that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't know what we're going to do. James put me in this position.
I think it's that I don't know, like even you take Jackie. Jackie has a book for kids.
Martling?
Jackie Martling has a book for kids. I don't know how because it's stuff I've seen him on the stage.
I know he's dirty. He's the dirty actor.
But it
I'm a
doesn't,
dirty
yeah.
comic, you know what I mean? I don't talk about, I'm about, you know.
But they don't know that the kids don't know what you
You
did,
can do
right?
anything. I worked clean. I worked
Thanks.
outside in front of
Interrupted
kids
again.
and old people the other night. I just changed words around. You can do it.
Yeah, yeah. It does you just leave out certain things?
Yeah.
Are you friends with Jackie still or no?
Yeah, when I see him and talk to
What
him.
about
yeah.
Howard Stern? Are you friends with?
Oh, no, probably not.
No.
Well, it ended pretty bad.
Oh,
you
it
know.
ended bad. How did it end badly?
Well, I wanted to move on, and I wanted to go on O&A, and they didn't want me to.
Oh yeah,
and
because
then-
he had a thing with
I didn't
those
know
two
it was
guys.
that, but everyone else was allowed on the show, both shows, except for me. And I didn't understand that. And
Yeah,
then at
why?
the end, I just got fed up because I did more stuff. I was more a part
More
of the show.
part of the
they
show.
said.
Oh, I see.
Do you regret it?
I regret it in certain ways, but then I don't think I'd be alive right now if I stayed because it was like you had to get fucked up. You had to be,
You had to be
pushing
crazy.
it to the edge. Yeah,
Oh,
you had
yeah,
to
yeah.
have a story. Otherwise, I mean, it was good, but
Look,
when it
everything
wasn't good, you
happens
have
the
to
way
move
it's
on.
supposed
Yeah,
to happen.
It is. I'll be
Everything
back.
happens the way it's supposed to happen.
What was Howard like when you were there? Was he nice to you, or was
Yeah,
it always
yeah.
aloof, or
No,
was he?
it was always. But then you had so many people around him
I
that
wasn't-
would
he
start
wasn't
shit
nice
and
to me.
the stuff that people did that worked for him that were brutal.
Like, what do you
know-
mean? Like,
Well, basically, they said Tim Sabian and this other guy said I attacked 4 security guards. That's why I can't go on. I'm banned from
you
the building.
attacked
Oh,
four
yeah, which
security.
I didn't do, and basically I was getting pissed off, and with an attitude and
Right.
on pills, I'm going to say I'm going to kill you, Howard, because I think it's him.
Oh, oh.
Okay, so now they're putting his life in danger if I say I wanted him dead. You
Oh, okay.
understand? So
Yeah.
you don't allow somebody to put your life in danger. You don't have
Right.
people around you like that. And I was banned from the building, and that's the
You
way
were
it is.
banned?
Yeah, I'm banned from the building. Yeah.
So then you went. So then once you were banned, then you go. Okay, I'm going to go on Opie and
No, I
Anthony.
couldn't. I wasn't allowed in the building. You see, it was
Oh,
a
it's the
setup.
same
It was
building.
yeah, it was a setup. It's okay. You know
Oh.
what I mean? It's okay because I'm still alive, and I just met a big radio agent in Florida, and
You can do radio.
I'm gonna do radio again.
Everything
cool.
happens the
Yeah.
way it's supposed to happen.
But maybe I'm not allowed in Sirius XM. But then we'll work on something else. I said.
But you know what? People forget.
No,
You
not
don't
when
think?
not when the NYPD Blue and the FBI's involved. And the NYPD Blue came to my house
Are
one
you
night
shitting
at
me?
10:30 at night. Yes.
Because they thought you were going to.
Howard was scared of, which, I would be scared too if I had all that money and I didn't know outside people. You know what I mean? I don't,
Oh,
it's like you
wow.
don't know regular
not a
life
nice
when you're in
guy.
that circle. You're in a bubble all this time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
And you
people-
don't know. You
you
are
don't
in
know.
danger.
Yeah, and
because
then
there
when
are
he
crazy
heard that
people.
who I might know people or whatever, and I guess it kind of scared him. But, they came to my house, and I said, look, if I wanted him dead, he'd be dead. And they're like, you can't say
That's
that.
the wrong thing
yeah.
to say.
That's what they kept
As
saying.
your lawyer, lawyer. You don't say that.
Well, I didn't have a lawyer, but the whole thing is like they said, look, just don't say it anymore. And I was like, all right, fine. You know what I mean? It's like it was like I just wanted him to maybe contact me and say this is what, and I could say what's going on because I was never able to get in touch with him because everybody blocked
he was so surrounded.
That's what it is.
Well, somebody was talking about him. Who was on our podcast and said that he went to shake Howard's hand on Kevin Downey Jr. Was it Kevin Downey Jr.?
I don't remember.
And
Oh,
anyway,
yeah, maybe.
they surrounded it, like these big, huge black
On
security
AGT,
guards
right.
wouldn't even let him go near
Well,
him
that's
to shake
their
his hand or
job,
do
you know.
it,
But Howard was nice. You know, he was nice. There was nothing. You know, he doesn't like shaking hands. He's a germophobic.
Oh, yeah,
but
he is.
The whole thing is, he was always nice until it was just not fun anymore, and it just got ugly. You know, that's it. I got nothing really bad to say about him. You know, I chose to be on his show instead of Opie and Anthony at the beginning.
Right.
And it was a good choice, and it was good for me, and it was good for the show.
You got a lot of followers, right? I mean, the people who come to your shows are probably from.
Yeah, they're older fans,
from that.
and I mean, it's great. You know, I can't complain about anything I've done.
Yeah.
You know, whether it was walking away or whatever, I had to do it at that time. It was done.
Would they have you do things like? Was it like with Stuttering John? Like they would make you go out and do crazy shit?
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't. No, it's just that if you came back from the road on a Monday with a good story on Sunday
then
night,
they'd
they
bring
would
you
would
on.
know that we're going to put him on. He's fucking insane. This is great radio.
Yeah.
And that's how it is.
Were you a regular every day like Artie?
No, I was I was up there a lot. I had my own radio show up there, one of his stations. I was up there a lot. I did the roast. I did I was up there all the time. And I would listen and I'd write bits and I'd send them in and they'd play the bits, So I wrote. I did everything,
That's very cool.
Because I'm part of a team. When you're part of a team, you work as a team. Like I was probably one of the only comedians that wasn't hired by Howard on his show that actually wrote a lot of shit.
So you guys did the Killers of Comedy, and those were the guys from the Stern Show.
Yes.
So you have all these guys kind of with big egos. Like, how
Yeah.
did that
Well,
work on the road?
Well, it doesn't after a while. You know what I mean?
it
it
would be
doesn't because
hard.
they would be like, well,
They all
take
think
this
they're the
guy off,
headliner.
take this guy off, and I can make more money. And I'm like, well, that person's my friend.
Right.
You know, they didn't really care. It's fucking cutthroat. Believe me,
Yeah.
especially up there, it's all fucking. It's like
Total
rats
cutthroat.
almost.
Well,
Like,
you were the
cutthroat.
headliner, though, right?
Yeah,
no one could
but
follow
like
you.
I could have brought any. I felt bad because they weren't making money. They were like, we haven't making no money.
Right.
And then when Howard found that out, he gave him more money because, I shouldn't, have to support them on the road,
I see.
by putting them on a show. When I could have worked with Florentine, Nick DiPaolo, and Colin, which I did do anyway, and use my plugs for that.
Right.
I
right.
could have worked with anybody and used my plugs because I had 2 plugs at the end of every show. That
Right.
was the deal I made for not getting paid for the roast.
Oh,
Right.
Because
that's
what am I going to do with $200? I can make my own money. You understand?
Right.
It's just you have to be a businessman when you're in a situation. What's more important?
plugs.
He's giving me the audience.
Right.
Fucking let me make it on my own.
Yeah.
I
that
don't
makes
need
sense.
fucking,
He wasn't nice to me, Howard.
What'd he do to you?
I did the show.
Threatened to kill him.
Slapped him.
Threatened to kill him. It
No.
works
I
out.
was doing NYPD Blue at the time, and Gary Delabate came over to the set in L.A., and he kept breaking Mark Tinker's balls. Come on, you got to put this kid on. We got to get this kid on. Mark kept breaking his job. Finally, I said, all right, we'll do it. I'll go on this show. But he kept saying, no, it's not a good move.
Oh, yeah, he was. Oh, I remember.
I said,
this.
listen, I could handle myself. I'm not shy. So they brought in 2 kids and me. So they stood us in line, and Howard had to pull me out of the 2 kids.
Who the adult was?
Who the adult was out of the 2 kids. Obviously, I had slacks, not jeans, and a T-shirt. I had slacks and
And a bow
nice
tie,
sweater.
of course.
And
No
$200
bucket.
on you.
Well,
And a hooker.
I was
the
just
end
going to
of the
say that. And a
show-
hooker behind you.
so here I'm pumping NYPD Blue, the movie I was just doing, and all he kept saying, how big's your dick? So how many
But
pussies
look at the
did you-
plugs you got. You don't understand. That's what he was doing then. You understand? That's what he was doing then. It's not like he did something really cruel and put you in a refrigerator. But the whole thing is
But
that
yeah, you
your
saw-
plug was worth
That could
so
only
much
happen
at
at-
that part of the show, that time of the
That could
show.
only happen at Carrie's
It's
house.
almost like you have to agree to be humiliated for the audience.
fame.
You're like, okay, yeah, my dick looks like this, and you get it.
So wait, he asked you how big your dick is? Well, how
Yeah.
how
How
big
big
is
is
it?
it? Is it bigger than the turkey that was in the freezer next to you?
Bigger than the microphone you're holding, because then we got a show.
No, truthfully.
Then we got a show.
Yeah.
Don't answer, Marion.
I'm not answering. So at the end of the day, it's like, so the show was over. And I
He was
said to-
nice, I bet.
But
I
what
said-
did you say to him when he asked you how big your dick was?
Yeah, how did you piss him
I-
off?
I just said to him, I like not to answer that. And I had told Gary ahead of time. I said to Gary, I'm letting you know now because there was another guy that
You told
was
him how big your dick was?
No, but there was a short guy that, you know, a guy that had the same type of disease as me.
Yeah,
And-
Ronnie the limo driver.
No, he was a construction guy. He did construction, and he
Really?
and Howard got him laid. Howard got him a girl, and she
Laid.
walked
Oh,
in.
they
you
were
were-
trying to get you laid.
So you were
Right,
mad.
and
You were
he-
mad.
And I said to Gary, when I walk in, if there's a girl and I'm putting the mic down and say goodbye nicely and leave.
And there was a girl.
No, there wasn't, because I
Okay.
had worn all of them, and I said
All right.
don't pull no stunts. And the only one I knew that was going to do that was Mark Tinker in L.A. because he was that kind of a person to do that.
But I feel like, you know what, you should have just said, it's gigantic. How big's your dick, Mario? Gigantic. Will you fuck a
yeah.
hooker?
I wasn't
yes.
a
And then you don't
comedian.
fuck her.
I was a serious actor. I was just doing NYPD Blue. My head was in a total...
So act like your dick was
So-
big.
Yeah, use the Lee Strasberg message or method. What is
Whatever.
it?
Well, let me go limp over to you, Howard.
Yeah, you just fuck. If it's Howard Stern, you got to know what you're going in.
Exactly.
You
You
should have
gotta
said,
know.
"Bend over. I'll let you feel for
Exactly.
yourself."
Yeah, you,
But at
It'll
the
fit
end of the
perfectly
day-
in your mouth,
it's
Howard.
like this. It's like this, Howard. Yeah,
Yeah.
anything.
You have to
So-
come
So
back.
what happened?
So after I said we were done. They wrapped the show. They said, "Okay, you're gonna leave." He goes, "Howard's gonna take a break, and then he's gonna continue on, cause you know he does it until 11 a.m. or
Yeah.
6 something in the morning." So I said to one of
10.
the guys, "I go, you think it's fine? I could get a picture with Howard. I'm a star fucker, and I like to get a picture with him."
And
And they wouldn't, and I walked out of there, and I said,
Did
so
you
then-
cry?
They wouldn't
I
or
didn't
he
cry.
wouldn't. See, that's
yeah,
the
I
point.
know that's the thing.
Probably
he
did,
probably
'cause
says no
there
pictures.
wasn't, like you said, there was an army over there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not like, you
And-
know what I mean? He would take a picture with you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That's
yeah.
what, like,
And-
he gets a
and-
bad rap because of other people around
Right,
him. He
right.
doesn't know a lot of this stuff.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
the top it was that I got a call a month later, and they go, "Hi, Mario," and I'm laying on my couch and I'm watching TV. He goes,
How big's your dick?
"No," he goes,
Imagine if he got in touch with you to ask you again.
he goes,
And how big is your dick?
no, he,
I gotta know.
I haven't slept in 2 months.
This has been really bothering me.
Look at Carrie. She's amazed by what's going on right now.
I'm like stunned. I want to hear the answer.
Go.
so he goes, we're from ETV, and we want to come and
Yeah.
film you. Want to make you buy
See?
That's
a
bigger.
pack of cigarettes, a bottle of beer, and a pack of condoms." And I said, "I don't drink beer, I don't smoke cigarettes and condoms. I buy it rated. Go fuck yourself." And I hung up.
Very good. That's
But
a
they,
good
what
one.
they were doing was they were bringing you onto the
That was the
show with
stupidest
this.
move
That's
you
what I
coulda
would do. I
made.
would write bits
wanted
like
to-
that.
But
Yeah,
now
you-
that I'm a comic and you said it, Carrie said, "Hey, like Carrie, normally if that era if Carrie would have said, I'll put you in my refrigerator, we're gonna do a bit with," I would say, "Fuck no, I ain't going in your refrigerator."
I'm a
Now
good
you're
actor.
begging. You're
Yeah.
begging to be in my
Are you like,
refrigerator.
sure, what?
Anyway, Adam's giving us this time.
Oh, wait, the
What
1
time?
hour's up
Well,
already?
The 1
We're-
hour's
yeah,
up.
we're at an hour, so we can just keep going, or if
Yeah,
you
we're gonna
want-
do the
it's up to
second
you.
I want to do a. Yeah, I
Well,
want
we
to.
can-
do it.
You want to do the second one live, Carrie? And then
No.
I feel like people want to
Well, we can just
We're
cut
gonna wrap it.
the
We'll
live feed
cut it.
now
we'll
and then
cut
keep
it,
going.
and then when we release it,
We'll let them know when it's going to be
we'll
released.
release it. This one's will be released in 2 days. The
Yeah.
second half will be released
On
in
another
August.
one.
on another time. But can't we still do the live? Because
yeah,
people
we
are still talking
we should
to
just
us.
keep the live going.
Keep
Yeah,
the
yeah,
live
yeah.
Because
going.
otherwise,
Yeah,
yeah,
people are going to be
not-
pissed. Let's do the
Yeah.
live. Carrie
Well,
doesn't like
also,
that I did it.
Also, I can't record it if not. I have to stop, set up a
Okay,
different
yeah,
camera.
then let's start the
Yeah.
music over.
Okay, but
Okay,
wait a
we
minute.
can do that.
Before we end this,
What?
plugs.
Yeah, give
Yeah,
us your
Because we're
plugs.
going to do our second
Oh,
one.
I'm going to
Yeah.
be on. I'm doing a podcast from my house. I'm going to be on syndicateradio.tv.
Okay.
There's a lot of comedians like George Gallo is going to be on it. A lot of,
really?
yeah, a lot of people.
I
like
love
George
George.
Gallo,
I love George Gallo.
Gallo should be, and Mario's going to have a show.
Oh,
but
okay.
but you know George Gallo should have his own show of doing those bits that he does.
He's
on the
so
road.
those
This
things are
guy,
so hilarious.
I can't believe he did not make it. He should make it. That's why it gets me mad at this business. When I see somebody like George Gallo I see genius. I see a fucking genius.
He's a genius. He has no fear.
Those, you watch those shows on TV that are like, what's that stupid show?
Jackass.
Yeah, but not even that one. The one
I
where
know
there's
what
I think
three
Jackass.
guys.
Oh
three-
yeah.
those
They're
douchebags.
practical jokers.
Practical, like I think.
Yeah, my friend Sal.
Oh,
No,
is
kidding,
he on
I'm
that?
kidding.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, but
I
never
love
think
that show,
I
it's
see
actually
him
pretty. It's
I
fun.
fucking
Very
love
nice.
that show.
Yeah, they're
Okay,
good guys.
He's
They're
a
good
very,
guys.
he's a very
Oops.
nice
No,
guy.
they're
No, but
all-
I do
Yeah.
want to
But I
say
feel
that
like
that
George
show is a
Gallo-
lot of fun.
I feel like
Very
George
funny.
Gallo is so much. He's so funny.
He's
different.
so unique. It's
Yeah. It's
unbelievable.
different.
He's
All right,
a
sorry.
character.
I used to go with him to the city, and on the subway, he would do fucked up things, and two black guys almost beat him up, and I'm like, oh, no. I go, he's retarded. He's retarded. And they're like, and they looked at me, and I go, no, there's something really mentally wrong with him. Don't hit him.
Yeah.
He is
And
kind
they
of
walked
mentally
away. I mean, but he used to do shit on the subway train where he'd act like he was throwing up.
Yeah.
And the lady next to him would be like,
Most
And he'd
retarded
make these
people are
sound effects.
geniuses. They are.
Yeah,
you know?
I do believe
And
that.
he is. I mean, he's fucking hilarious. I would die laughing just watching him. Like we do a gig, and I would follow him because he would sit in the passenger seat and drive his car with his left hand.
Oh, yeah,
and
doing
sitting
the-
from the other side of the car. Like, and somebody would drive next to him, and they would see nobody
driving. he's nuts. Remember Shooting Stars?
Yes, yeah.
That was
yeah.
the best club
That
ever.
was
All mobsters.
all mobsters.
So I bring George Gallo because I fell in love with George Gallo. I was like, George Gallo has to be on every stage in the world. He's a genius.
Weren't you a manager for a while for him?
No.
No? Okay.
Well,
sorry.
like for a second, but then everyone's like, forget it. When I was
All right.
pregnant,
Why don't
Yeah,
you
when you were
manage me?
pregnant.
I wasn't a manager. I was a manager for a hiccup of a second because I was pregnant.
Wow, someone's
So
angry.
what does that have to do? Because you were pregnant?
I didn't want to do stand up
In other-
on the road, so
Mario,
I figured I'd manage it.
Get
All
her
right.
pregnant, she'll manage you. That's what she's trying to say.
Let's see your dick, Mario. That's the bottom line.
How big is it? You fuck.
My sister really wants to see it. All right, so
Yeah.
listen. So
Did she really?
I bring George Gallo to
Bad boy.
the club.
Yeah.
And you remember all the guys
Oh, yeah,
there,
yeah.
Fast Eddie, and they're all
Ron
like,
and- yeah.
so all of a sudden I'm saying to them, he's so fucking talented, he's this and that and the other thing. So all of a sudden they go, Carrie, come here.
Mm-hmm.
This fucking guy you brought. I go, yeah, what about him? He goes, he's fucking funny. I go, yeah. He goes, how come he's outside talking to a fucking parking meter?
Exactly.
I go, because he knows you're watching.
Yeah. You see?
He used to do a dog like sound that a dog was getting stepped on, and he'd film it, and everybody would turn around in the mall like, what the fuck was that?
He was arguing with two dogs in a car. He videotaped that. He was barking at them, barking at him.
Yeah.
There was a fight going on.
He's
Hilarious. One of my favorites, and I don't know why this is so. It's the stupidest idea, but it was the fucking funniest thing. It's at Christmas time, and he goes walking to his car, and all these people
Oh,
want
my
to
God,
park
20
in
minutes.
in the parking
20
space.
minutes.
And he does, and
He
takes
goes back and forth,
The
back and
packages,
forth.
he takes them out of the bag, he puts it in the back, he slams the thing down,
Yeah.
he goes to the front seat, and you see the people just waiting, and
Waiting. The blinker
waiting.
on. The blinker's
and,
on.
And then he goes to them, one more minute.
Yeah.
And then he just goes
Gets-
to the other side and then takes the packages from that side
To
and
another.
puts them to the other side. It is so,
You
and
know,
the people just keep
he's-
waiting.
He should have been way famous a long time ago.
Yeah,
But you know what he used to
exactly.
do in the city? He would hail a cab,
Yeah.
get in one door, and go
go
right
out
out.
the other.
He did this to every fucking cab. Cab drivers would go, back then, to stop to get their fare. He'd get in one door and get out
We got
the
to
other
put up
and
his
keep
videos
walking.
more, on our
He's-
Facebook so
he's-
people can see it. I mean,
he's
it's
so
I
funny.
laugh every time he puts out.
I
icon.
share his
Yeah.
shit all the time. He's
It's
very
fucking-
funny.
it's
George Gallo,
brilliant.
watch
So
him.
I have a question for him.
We're hanging up right now. We'll ask him
okay,
later.
we'll talk about this
Listen,
after.
if you guys want, you can just reset really quick. 'cause
Yeah, we're
they
gonna-
already,
Yeah,
the
we're
listener
gonna-
already heard the theme music and everything. It's weird to play it again.
Okay, yeah, we're not going to play it
Because
again.
we
Okay.
we put that in post anyways.
Yeah.
All right, so
Carrie,
just
anything
say-
you want to promote for
Radio
the show?
I will
Magic.
be at Governor's Comedy Club this weekend. If you're around, Governor's Comedy Club.
I am at the Comic Strip this weekend, Friday and Saturday, and I am going to be at Governor's with my daughter, Molly Kornfeld, and Mario Bosco,
Yeah.
Friday and Saturday
Big
night.
Dick Mario.
July
11,
12
12.
and 13.
Oh, 12 and 13.
I have no memory.
You have no memory, sister.
And the
Thank
ninth-
you guys
The
for
19th and 20th, I'll be at Tiff's in Morris Plains.
Oh, okay.
So
Thank you
Morris
for
Plains,
coming.
New Jersey.
Yes, yes.
Hey,
or any
we
town
first of
Morris
all,
Place.
we
Hey,
can't
Morris
even
Place.
believe that you came on
I'm
our
so
show.
happy.
No, because
We are
I
so
love you.
fucking
I
ha-
work with her. I love working. She is so funny.
She's
She
really
is fucking,
deeply funny.
She changed everything that she was doing, and the act that she's doing now is even amazing too.
Aw, thank you.
And my wife just fucking fell in love with her. I don't know if they're gonna
We
box
might.
out and shit.
We
but
might. I might eat something. Maybe not blue cheese. It might be feta cheese.
yeah, but like watching her on stage talking about her husband, just fucking
I
men
could
in
see- I
generally.
could see
It
that.
was
Sam,
fucking
roll
great.
over.
But it was great. It was
Yeah,
just
she-
like, and that's
She's
why,
her. She's who she is.
Imagine the three of us together
On the road. Let's
on-
do
Love
it.
Are you
You
kidding
know what I
me?
mean?
Do
we,
it.
we get one big bed. Mario can sleep in the drawer. Or we'll bring a little refrigerator.
That's where she told. Who'd you tell her? She told Teresa Caputo the other night. She goes, "You want to know where Mario sleeps? He sleeps in one of my drawers."
You see?
It's so funny.
I
Yes.
can't believe she said that to him. Giving
All
away
right.
our
Well,
so this is-
family.
thank you.
We're saying thank you, but
Thank
we're
you.
but then we're just
Thank
starting
you.
again
We're
in 1
starting
minute.
again.
So don't go away because we're going to the second
Yes,
half right
go
now.
away. We'll be
Okay,
right
so
back.
thank you for doing our show,
Thank
Bob.
you. It's a
Goodbye.
pleasure. It's an
You're
honor.
You're the best. You're the
I
best.
love you.
Thanks.
100
Thank you,
show.
Joe.
Who else would you get?
Now the question is, who would show up?
Oh, fuck it. Everyone's going to show up now that I'm here.
Exactly.
All right, I like that.